There you go. Dum, dum. And we are live.
Oh, we are live, mother lovers. What's going on, bitches and bitchettes? yeah. You're live and direct with myself, Mice Diggy, from an undisclosed...
Under the sea.
Yeah, I'm under the sea. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it like that. We're underground, under sea, under everything, but still overstanding the jugglers. That's right. Mice Diggy, some shit you might not never know nothing about. I got my co-host at the bunker. What you saying, D?
Yeah, good. I'm all alone. I was going to sit in your seat today.
Is it?
Yeah, but I didn't. You can ask Colin. Honestly, I didn't sit in your seat.
Did he sit in my seat, Colin? Yeah. What's going on, man? Yo, you know we had to do it, man. Big up all the people locked in right about now. Shout to your more. Shout to Blue Fliggy back in the building. He's actually on YouTube as well. It's getting deep, bruv.
Yeah.
I think we still got the Twitch link and the YouTube, but that's it now. We've deaded the D Live and Twitter, Yeah. But yeah, man, good to see people in the building. Shout to Black Einstein. What's going on, my brother? Yeah, been a bit of a mad week. I'm on holiday, basically. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to get away, clear your head.
Busman's holiday, though, isn't it? It's,
Busman's holiday. Yeah. I'm still going to be working.
Yeah.
That gives people a rough idea of where I'm at. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a gig this weekend. But then a few more days off. And then back to sunny Blighty. Apparently it's been blazing out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you see,
it's been non-stop, yeah.
You see, like, I've been catching a little sun out here. Getting my toes out in the sand, of course. Some grounding. It's got to be done, man. But yeah, we had to make sure we came back today. We wanted to catch up with you lot, see how you are. Shout to Regantology in the building. What's going on, my brother? Yes, man. Of course, pick up your more. That's right. I'm on a busman's holiday. So busman's holiday is basically the busman would obviously drive a bunch of people to their holiday, and then he's like, "Oh, I might as well enjoy myself as well."
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's what it is.
Do they get paid for the whole holiday or just for the little runs that they're doing?
They must get a bit of spending money, so they do a little run there, get paid for that. And they're like, I've only got, because back then a holiday was probably like a day off. That's it. Yeah,
because you got to be careful, man. On the busman's holiday, you end up spending all your wages on that holiday, boy. You're like, yeah, I'll just go casino. I'll double that shit. Double it. Go fuck your whole life up, get divorced.
At least you got somewhere to sleep, because you can sleep in the bus. Yeah. You know,
right? So you was lounging in my seat, do you?
No, yeah,
yeah, nah. Well,
it's not like Collins put it.
When they start a reply with "yeah, nah," then you know some bullshit's coming. I think in Oz though they go "nah, yeah." I think so. It's the other way in Australia. Nah, yeah, well, like, yeah, some bullshit's about to come, boy. This guy, yeah. But we had to come back because obviously last week was a big one. Shout out to everybody who could handle the reality there. Like, we love you lot for that. And that's why we do this thing as well, man, is making sure people can get some knowledge. Also get a dose of fucking reality, man. That's basically, like I said, man, me and D already had this in the back of our mind. It's like, all right, people need to know this. Somehow, some way. You speak to people and you can see like they don't really get it. And the more I'm kind of reading more about it as well, is the more I understand it's a bit scary as well, because it's like you've relied on a certain regime for your whole life since birth. You were born in that regime. You know what I mean? So for you then to just go like, fuck you lot, I don't trust none of you lot, blah, blah, blah. It is a bit weird. And especially with what's happened is through the years, the indoctrination we've had makes us, we don't understand how our bodies really work. And so what we've been told makes us then feel like we need to run to somebody like them for help, for them to aid us and whatnot. But like I said, I mentioned it, like, once you really get this, you understand like it's actually quite easy to stay healthy. It's not that hard. But I get it. Like with a lot of people where we've got addictions, man. That's the only thing I could call it, is like there's addiction to certain things, whether it be the soft drinks, whether it be the soft drinks. Sorry, my wire's a bit funny. Chocolate, sweets, there's so many different things that we're so used to using. Where links, if you love using links and Dove and all these mainstream things, that we're sold on the TV and whatnot. There's a point where you'll understand, like, okay, that's probably the cause of the problem. And until you kind of get it, you're always going to be chocolate sweets. See it there? And we know these things are not good for us, but we just carry on and pretend that's not the reason. But shout out to Dawn Lester and David Parker, who we had on last week, who really broke it down for us. Way more professional sounding than I can ever sound, you know what I mean? And so I get it, man. Because man, you get it. Like, you speak to people and then it's just that, like, bro, that's. And you just think, like, wow, they don't really. It's either they don't want to understand it, or it's just way too much for them. And I get it, man. But hopefully. But
also, they're having to go and tell someone else and say, viruses ain't real. They're like, who told you that?
Yeah.
Oh, this rapper that I know off YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
But we've been looking at people like David and Dawn for the last couple of years, and so like for us, it's like we've like imbibed all their information, and we can talk about it, and hopefully understand it on a level that, on a natural level, that it's not sort of just like when someone asks you, you're like, I don't know, like, do you know what I mean? It's for me, I've integrated it into the way I think, and so it's just become like a process now of like that I can understand better how nature works through people like Dawn and David, and then I can just integrate it with the way I think about a lot of other stuff. Then so for other people to then have to try and like break into that way of thinking, and you to have to like, say to somebody, but viruses aren't real, but then you've got so much behind that, that's other things that you think and other things that and understand about the world, and ultimately everybody's looking for somebody to take
them.
Yeah, that's right. And so it's natural that they're going to set up it's natural that a system will become set up that acts as your sort of like mummy and daddy, but only because you empower them to do that. They're not stealing your power, you're giving your power away to them. So you can take your power back by taking back control of your own health, rather than farming out the responsibility for your health to somebody else and saying, what pill do you need me to take? You can learn about your health, and then you can take that power back.
Yeah.
Because it was never given. They didn't take it off of you. You gave it to them.
That's true. It's true, man. You gave it to them, but with a lot of us, we didn't know that.
No. It's natural. Everyone's looking for someone to. Everyone's looking for a way for someone to help them. If you know what I mean.
And I also feel like people are looking for the easy way as well. Like, a lot of things seem like it's a lot easier to deal with stuff if there's a general consensus, like, okay, that's what you're supposed to do when this happens.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that, and then included is the idea of understanding how the body works, how the mind works. The mind is part of the body.
Yeah.
And when you realize that a lot of stuff is just put into your head, and then you create that illness, or you create that setback in a way.
Yeah.
Then you start realizing, like, so I'm not meant to, like you said, you've got a whole different mind frame of the way you see the world now, because you understand a bit more of what nature means and how it works. Yeah. And then there's so many things that we're not, there's so many things people, have you heard about this, heard about that? And you're just like, yeah, okay, whatever, man. Like, you're still there. You're still like 2-3 years ago now thinking like that. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. And I think rather than us cussing, it's so easy to belittle people and kind of cuss them and just look at it. But it's like they haven't seen what we've seen.
No,
they haven't looked
exactly.
at they haven't read what we've read. And so of course that was us 3 years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so it's like, okay, in my head, I'm like, all right, I don't care how long it's going to take, but I just want people that this is something people really should know, because it's a century at least of like these lies being told to us, and then it just carries on. There's more and more until people are lost in this whole soup of what's it, graphene oxide and blah blah, all these different things where you're just like, bruv, don't even watch that. I saw someone posting today about like, Bill Gates has invested in 30 million mosquitoes, and they're gonna breed with these other mosquitoes, and then they're gonna and it's just like, yo, this is all, if you still believe all of this
old
stuff,
paradigm
without,
stuff,
without any proof, then boy, it's either you're doing it for likes, they want people to like their stuff, that's why they're putting it out there, or they're shook themselves and they still don't get it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yo, this has gone on for way too long. And I just think like now we should be looking at, we should be looking at ways of, whether it be getting out of the system or just any type of remedy. Just looking at, okay, bam, let's speak to Dawn and David, because then we can find out that a whole bunch of that is bullshit. And then we don't have to worry about that. How do I look after myself? How do I make sure I'm healthy? Okay, like that. You know what I mean? Let's look at more positive ways of dealing with things.
One good way could be to visit the cmossboss.co.uk. And
very good idea, D. Very good idea. If you go to the cmossboss.co.uk, mother lovers, you can make sure that you get yourself, at least I believe it's 92 out of the 108 nutrients that are vital to the human body. So if you think about that, there are a lot of us lacking in certain vitamins and minerals. And it's important because the body needs that shit to rebuild. That's why all these things are always spoken about so often when it comes to health. Minerals and vitamins, vital minerals. You know what I mean? These are really important. Your antioxidants and whatnot. And I think like, we're lucky in a sense that we've got somebody like Richie, we've got Torain there putting together, a business like this and making sure that they get the stuff wildcrafted, organic, as clean as possible. They seem very genuine to me. I feel like I'm a good reader of character. They seem very genuine to me. And they tried it before they were even going out there and selling people this, that, and the third. But then on top of that, I've sat down and spoke to them about where they get it from and how it's sourced and whatnot, and finding out that, sorry, man, these mosquitoes trying it out here, bro.
Bill Gates.
Yeah, underwater. Underwater, boy. Bill Gates mosquitoes come underwater, snorkeling to sting your ass, boy. Yeah, I think I got the facts, man. I'm good. So you could go to, so as I mentioned, they've made sure that the product that they're selling is legit. It's not just like, hey, we can make a quick buck off of this. This is like, oh, this is good for people. More people should have this. Do you know what I mean? That's the type of businesses we should be supporting, not the ones that are there lying to you and lobbying to try and get their product sold. Because no, if we just lower the ratio, then it's not as poisonous as it could be. If it, you know what I mean? It's like, what? How does that work? Is this shit bad or not? Well, as long as you don't take this amount, it's fine. It's like, yo, have as much CMOS as you want. Do you know what I mean? You might come up with little spots and all that, but you'll be good. There ain't none of this like, oh, well, what happened was then heart problems and then it was cancerous, blah, blah, blah. It's like none of that. This is all natural. This is all made by nature. So you got the real Irish moss gel. You got just dry it. You can get the raw Irish moss and make the gel yourself. You got the gel mixed with bladderwrack. You got bladderwrack flakes. You got spirulina flakes. You got sea salt and kelp seasoning. That's banging, by the way. The sea salt and kelp seasoning really works because on your eggs, you know what I mean? In the morning, that's what you do. They got wakame, which is, I keep going on about the wakame, but that's one of my pet peeves when I go to sushi spot. I'm always ordering the wakame. Let me get some wasabi in there, you know what I mean? Mix it up, man loves a little spice. Sea spaghetti as well is really good, man. What I find which is cool with the sea spaghetti is that you can throw it in with quite a few different dishes, man. And it doesn't. People kind of expect that you're going to get this fishy, sea salty flavor, but it doesn't necessarily do that, depending on how you cook it. And you've also got the dulse bites as well. And dulse is very high in all your B vitamins and all that, as well as the Irish moss seasoning, which is next level, man, next level. Make sure if you do decide you want to get some goods from the Irish Moss Boss, if you go to the seamossboss.co.uk, when you get to the checkout, make sure you type in about 20. That's ABOUT 20 to get yourself 20% off any order, a whopping 20% off.
Yeah. And I spoke to Richie and Terrain at the Thai event, which is what's coming up next. Someone said segue. This was what did Reagantology segue masterclass. So I'm just doing a segue again. Yeah. So I spoke to Richie and Terrain at the event, the Pass the Torch event that we was at last Wednesday. So that's what we've got coming up next anyway, is the video for that. I put together like clips of the evening. Yeah. And you know, some of the best bits, I think, or the best bits that I captured anyway.
So just in case people are wondering what Dee's talking about, we went to the Thai Pass the Torch for Thai event. Rest in peace to our big brother Thai. A legend from the UK hip hop scene who paved the way for a lot of up and coming artists. I would say he probably paved the way more than anyone in a sense of like an artist doing it, because obviously the scene is still small, you know. And you know what I mean? It's one of them things where it's like the crab in the bucket situation where everyone's still trying to get to somewhere. And so it doesn't, unless you're like part of my crew, you know, it doesn't really work like that. But Ty was one of the few people that would say, for instance, you know, I would find out like 2 weeks later that he'd posted something of mine. He didn't tag me, but then he'd put some message like, you know, people need to start supporting these I'm not up and coming, but these independent artists that are trying to live their dream and, you know, things like that. Yeah. You just read it and you're just like, right, this guy, he really does look out for man. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have to do that. And I didn't even know he did it until someone else had pointed it out, type thing. Yeah. And so that was the type of guy he was. He also used his stature, like Ty was one of the few sort of, you know, artists of an era that was able to like sell out the Jazz Cafe more than once. Do you know what I mean? I think he, maybe after he won the Mercury Award, yeah, I think he must have done maybe a week or something like that at Jazz Cafe. And so, you know, he's obviously got a name there, and you know, he carried on doing more albums and tours and whatnot, but then still used his name and his strength at Jazz Cafe to then put on events where he could pass the torch to up and coming artists. So, you know, when I'm talking about up and coming, some of them obviously quite established now, but you had artists like, so more or less everybody that performed last week. Shout out to Isetta Sheriff. People like Logic, obviously the Freshers, big up Scandus, Dre, Archer. You know, so many different people really kind of got a bit more of a push off the back of what Ty was doing. Shout out to Joker Star, me and him and Scandal. We got to feature on a track called Moody McGraw, which was produced by Ty. So that was him reaching out and going, yo, you lot, I love what you're doing. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can help you out by jumping on this with me. You know, he'd do things like that, man. And it's very interesting because, yeah, everybody knew Ty was a guy. He wasn't afraid of Bill Gates' mosquitoes. Trying it, boy. I thought the mosquitoes were meant to be robots, though, but now all of a sudden they're real ones that are mating. But anyway, yeah, it's confusing, man. But yeah, you know, he was definitely one of the few that would actually make sure that he would make an effort. Like he would really make an effort to put up and coming artists on.
Yeah.
And so him doing that event, you know, at the Jazz Caf, pass the torch. He would get Breeze on, like myself and Locke performed there. Yeah, and quite a few of the cats that I've mentioned that performed at the event last week were also there, man. Or was it last week or the week before last week?
Before. Yeah,
week before last week. Sorry. So that's why we decided, like, you know, Dan got a nice bit of footage, man. Big up to Dan DNA for shooting up the place, shooting up the club with a camera, lover. don't get carried away now. Yeah, and getting a whole bunch of footage. There's a bunch of artists that got to say their piece as well. We didn't get everybody because it was quite hectic. Obviously, we don't get to see each other that often. So it was just a lot of people catching up with each other. So big up to Black Twang, big up to Skinny Man, shout out to Sarah Love. Yeah, and too many people to mention, man. But Kish, you know what I mean? Tommy Evans was there. But yeah, it was quite an emotional one. Obviously, because of how much time meant to us all. Obviously, not getting the chance to say your goodbyes or whatnot, or even tell him how much you appreciated him and everything he's done for so many people. But the beautiful thing is that I think it would be cool if we're able to at least all meet together once a year and, you know, making sure that his memory still lives on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that it kind of helps in a way. It's like knowing we're not the only ones. You're not on your own dealing with it. Do you know what I mean? It was very emotional meeting his mom. She just said thank you. You know, she really appreciated like the performance and whatnot. And that just got me going, man. That got me like, yo, it's tricky, man. Like, you know, parents aren't meant to see their children go before them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, one love to Mama Ty and his sister as well. We appreciate you lot. And Scandoose as well, man. Big up to Scandoose for, it seems that he was the one sort of pulling all the strings and getting everyone down there, which was a beautiful time, man. Shout out to Shorty Blitz, man. That guy, he killed it on the decks, like making sure he ended up DJing for nearly everybody.
Yeah.
I had Locke there, so shout out to DJ Locke holding me down. Big up to Peaches and DJ Blue. They're back on it again. Blue, you should be DJ Blue, DJ Baby Blue and Peaches are back on it, man. So that's going to be interesting. I see Robbie Love in the building.
Yeah, you better do a roll call before we.
Yeah, let's get a roll call in, man. Will you lot blazing on? I'm vaping today. You know what I mean? I got some of that. Yeah, what's the name? The name of these vapes is Corona, but it was way before any bullshit you lot made me thinking of when I say that had been going on. Yeah, but I think this one is the AK-47. It's a cherry AK-47. This is. And it's quite banging. You know, chicken limb. Old school. The good thing about these Corona cats is they do old school vapes, old school strain vapes. Apart from the Gorilla Glue, that's not necessarily mad old school, but yeah. So we got out there, man. Let us know. We'll come back on the other side with this one. Yes. Big up to Nice One, JM. What's going on, my brother? Exactly. RIPTY. And we wanted to make sure we got this out there before it was too late. It's obviously been a bit of a hectic one with the podcast the last few weeks. But yeah, we had to make sure, you know what I mean? Because it was a really special night. I think the only setback was that we had 3 hours. It was like from 7:30 to 10:30. I don't know why that was. It was maybe because it's a Wednesday night or whatever, but I think the next time we should definitely try and push for more of a weekend slot or whatever. Make that happen. Shout out to you more. A Chillium with strawberry kush. Oh, Chillium. Okay. She's on the Chillium, you know. Jeez. That's quite powerful, though. You know what I mean? I remember the first time I hit a chalice, yeah. I think I was 14, man. And that was my first whitey. That was my first ever. No, that's probably my second whitey. The first whitey was, I think, 13, 14, man, in this park. Yeah, don't even ask me how, but it's chalice, but it was hash. Bam. I hit it. And then, yeah, it took a while, but then bam, it hit me. And we're all like by the shops and everyone's just standing up cracking joke. And then I'm like on the floor, I'm kneeling down like, yo, I think I might be dying, man. Like, paranoid of that. Like, yo, I think I might be dying. Them look, hey, what's going on with you? I was like, yo, I think I'm gonna die. They start, how are you gonna deal with that? I think I'm gonna die. Everyone just started cracking up. I was like, come on, man. I was like, no, I feel. No, I got up, yeah. I got up and then I touched my chest like that and I just felt bam, 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 like that. And I was like, whoa. And then I put my other hand on it and then the vroom, vroom, vroom went around like that and it went dum, 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 like that. I was like, yo. And I remember we were in like an alley, like under, you know, we're under this sort of roofing or whatever, but it was raining outside. And I was dry. My mouth was dry. You know, like tumbleweed, rats, cactus all growing in the corner. And it was raining. I was like, trying to get that naturally distilled. Yo, I did anything to try and get this whole, what is going on, man? But yeah, I came out of the whitey. I was good. Regotology, MK Ultra. I got MK Ultra, boy, yeah. But yeah, that's whenever I hear the word chillum, that's what it makes me think of, was when I hit the chalice and keeled over, boy. But I survived. Look at me now. Blazing hard, bro. Yeah. What don't kill you makes you stronger, you know what I mean? Yeah, whiteys are terrible. They are, man. Where you just like, yeah, what is going on? You just get pale. You're like, oh, I feel I'm going to die. It's poisoning, you know what I mean? That's basically what it is. But it makes you stronger, my beloveds. But listen, we don't want to keep you lot here too long, so let's get into this, D.
Let me just try and play this and see whether you can hear it. I'll just play the music first.
Okay.
No, you can't hear that, can you? That means it's not coming out. Hold on.
Look at that. Shout out to Nice One, JM. Reading off. Yeah, man. So many classics. Mind Made Up. Come on. We don't care if you don't. Oh, you want more? Sometimes I feel like getting closer. Like you never.
Hold on.
And emotions. You missed out. Emotions. Yeah, man. Ty was he was that soulful dude. Is one guy, obviously a producer as well, so he made sure he was sitting on the beats that worked for him. And they definitely did, man. You know what I mean?
Right, so everyone else can hear it. I'm just going to try and pump it through to us. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I can press, I can unmute it on the, I can hear it now.
Okay, so you can hear that. I just want to check that it's not going out double, because all I'm worried about is it's going out with like a delay to everybody.
Oh,
if I play it back.
Oh yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Oh no, it's begin. Yeah. Your more goes now. There's an echo.
Yeah. That's what I was worried about. Yeah.
Is there a real echo, or was that me echoing?
No, I think they mean on the music. Well, hopefully they mean on the music. Hold on.
No echo for me.
No, yeah, if we're fine, but I know that it's going to echo when it goes out to them. Yeah, that's doubled up. Yeah, that's what you're more saying.
All right, don't worry, we'll get it sorted.
Hold on.
Yeah, you lot can catch the video also on the new SYMNNKNA YouTube channel, which you must subscribe to before it gets too late.
Oh yeah, I'm going to put this. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'm going to put it back up on there anyway. So, all right, let me just change this to. Right, can you still hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, no, that's doubled you up. Now.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. Now let me just try playing that back again. That's still doubled up. 1 second, nearly there.
Oh, good, man. Big up to all the people locked in. It's definitely good to get that energy from you lot, man. You know how it is. Big up to all the people that lock in. Sorry, on the podcast as well, man. I think it's quite handy to have that because yeah, you definitely get it's a bit easier to roll around. I didn't really think of it like that. I just put on the YouTube and I'll just roll around anyway, but I get it. For a lot of people, they'd rather just like slot that into their playlist and whatnot.
Yeah. As
an audio and then go do their workout or go slap somebody up, whatever it is you do in your spare time. You ain't got to share that with us. You know what I mean?
Right, I think we're ready to go. Our mics will still be mics will still be live, so we can go over the top of it if we want, or we can just be quiet. Right, okay, here we go.
When I say T, you say Y. T, Y. T, Y. When I say T, you say Y. T, Y. T, Y.
Hey, look, yo, listen. Sick and twisted individual. Wrote this floating face down in the swimming pool. Bloodline been on smoke since we was in Liverpool. My great granddad probably pulled the skin off you for looking at him in a bad way. Take the rest of you and turn you into a lampshade. I'd be the same if it weren't for the damn haze. So I'm gonna stay blazed. I don't care what you slack say.
Joker Star and anyway the gods, please put your hands together for these two.
Stay calm, spit bars, still tone, flow so cold, bro. They don't know when jokes flow. Cypher still in a photo. Let the benchmark like an old dirty hobo. The best at it, coke, rapping for no reasons. I retard, spoke, got spazzing for no reason. BBRC money, bring that guap. Get paid, chain round the neck like junkyard dog. Check it. I got so many memories of my brothers in here. Like Shorty, first time meeting Ty. You get me? I won't go into that, but I'll show you something that he showed me. You get me? He showed me how to be competitive. He showed me how to be engaging with the crowd. So, in respect to him, I'm going to show you what he showed me and just participate. And at the highest amount of noise, you're going to bring the tune in. Yeah, he called this the volume control. You remember that?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to be low like this. Quiet pin drop. I stand like
this. He's trying to kneel down, boy.
Make some motherfucking noise so he can hear you. Are you ready to do this?
Can I participate?
Of course.
Okay. Come on.
He's just always trying to get injured, boys. That is some tight shit.
Yeah,
yeah. Never seen a man like this. Moving his fan like this. I teach so crisp. Smooth as silk. Man got skill. Oh, fulfilled with a new skill bill.
Lockdown in March and no treatment for patients. Old people dying in homes and not to mention.
You got Amy Cruz, you went in.
Violence, mental health triggered by the fear-mongering media. Vaccine investors and bloodline families. Lying about the death toll, PCR test tragedies. Pizzagate and reading for brings. Not apology, psychology. They fucking with you with no apologies. Your business, yeah, they had to shut that down. Music and art too, they're trying to tear that down. Once McDonald's stays open and you wear your mask 2 meters apart, stay in your yard where they go fox hunting. Joke ting, speak your heart, speak your voice. You got choice, create pathways. Speak your heart, speak your voice. Use your mind, time to shine. Let's open portals now, love.
I hear kids talking at their Scarface and they can't get it.
Yeah, Logic said was bad.
DC Robo on your skin, I won't get charged for it. Cops on the ups, cops on the ups, cops on the ups. You got it? I hear kids talking at their Scarface and they can't get it. Must be the diesel up in their blood, you must be charged in it. DC Robo on your skin, I won't get charged for it. Cops on the ups, cops on the ups. 44238, the youth them are rapping in numbers. They're not sponsored by Nike, but they've all got matching jumpers. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, that's 400. You could have sent that dough to help poor kids in the Congo. Bang the bongos, mixing up the trap with the soca. Know your roller, but I'm a poser. Yeah, I'm serious, not a joker. The realest, only the realest can feel it. Yeah, only the realest can feel it. Yeah, I am the real. Don't put me in with the gimmicks, and me, I am never a gimmick. I am just playing with flows. I am just playing with bars. It wasn't hard. I am on top of the world. I am the Jew stars. He is the world. I am an emperor say. Sit on a hoop of the gods. I am the truth. I am an African man. I am the African.
That was insane. It was, you know, with your hands on your
Yeah.
neck and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah, Killer came out.
Yeah, that was a real surprise, wasn't it?
Did you get coke,
They shouldn't have said any MCs want to come up and
and the thing about it is, what's sad is Coke, that's Coke there with the cat to the right of the screen. He wanted to jump on the mic. Now Coke is known as the drunken master. In the Kung Fu days, he was known as the guy that would get really drunk, jump on and kill it with the freestyle.
Yeah.
But they didn't know that, so they wouldn't let him on because they thought, who's this drunk guy?
Hey, I will get there. Put your hands in the air, yo. Side to side, side to side, side to side. Hey, hey, hey. Going over, head over shore. Don't you ever, don't you? Yeah, mercy. 1, 2, let me say. Let me just see. Let me see what's going on. Let me see the guy. Check. Yo. Give thanks cause I'm blessed beyond shores. I remember dark nights I was sure. Wait a minute, I feel like I've been here before. See pause in my mind, kind of raw. We were all rich and poor, on my knees, praise the Lord. Give thanks cause I'm blessed beyond shore. I remember dark nights I was sure. Water on my cereal, we were poor. Mommy had 2 jobs, gyro out the door. Now the landlord's banging on the floor. I was like, gee,
What I want you to do is put your hands together and make some noise for Genesis Elijah!
I did born a manifest, got in that mind state and still haven't left. Savage piss, beat on my savage chest. How many days off? Have a guess. How many days lost? That's a mess. Man, I lost count like a baroness. Don't always make sense, but that's how it gets. These power gates to the powerless. I rose from the concrete, but I still ain't got my flowers yet. And if I never get it, that's cool. Beyond Genesis, I'm a Nathaniel. And I've been stand up since I was that tall. And if I never rapped a verse, I'll still be that dude. And if I say you can't fuck with me, then that's true. All this shit on me, nothing, that's factual. How do you treat your family? That's you. That's the only thing I respect. Don't care who you rap to. Don't let this industry gas you. Time would bring me up and cuss me for this something wrong. Tell me you didn't like something. That's the love you need, you know? Because these people that aren't telling you the truth, they don't fucking love you. The people that love you tell you the truth. The people that love you tell you your fucking breath stink and you got B.O. They're the ones that fucking love you. So, hey Dave, I'm sorry, I said I was not going to shout in it. I apologize.
But he started the whole set saying, I'm not going to shout tonight. Definitely not going to shout tonight.
The right move is when the right moves right, and then I'm right there, lying on the beach under the bluest skies. I can't use a pen, my mind too precise. If I stop to write it down, I might lose the vibe. If I'm hating on the low, I might lose the high. It's all about the louder silence and the truest lies. The only time I see truth is when it's you and I. Make some noise for time.
I've only played at the Jazz Cafe like maybe 4 times, and 3 of those times were to do with Ty. So like I've got a really big up Ty. I've literally just come off tour and I had to do this show because it's like, man, Ty basically was a really pivotal person for me in my career. I was like not really doing music. He invited me here in 2019 and put me on a bill even though I had no songs out. And I had to just like make up a set. So I have to big up Ty. I actually got kind of emotional driving here because Ty, like, I can't even, it's not even hyperbole. Ty is, everything you see me doing from 2019 on is all because of Ty, because of his encouragement. So let's make some noise for Ty. Right. Yo, this is for those who like the way back and those who like them dope tracks. For them 20-somethings who still bumping in your track. Their parents love big and pack them Kim and Fox throwback. His return and the miss out. We know about Spartans, but Mark blast out in your garden. This summertime goes through Richie Tartan with kids from the margins. But look what we're starting with. Hungry for big tunes, but now they are starving. The anthem to part in a race us alarming. So everyday night each throwback. I'm starting with Brandy and Mary. Scrums can't hear me. T-Boss, chili, left side, issue daily. Might win some, but the verse can't done. This is proof that there's nothing new under the sun. We'll be playing on and on to your own grandson. What we blast on the soul was a frick big fun. Reminiscing back them days.
When I was in my school shoes and tie, wishing I could go back in time. I don't know where we were.
Certain people like to talk about all the nice stuff. Let me tell you a true revelation that actually happened. The year that Ty died,
That delivery.
a few months prior, we were at a meeting and we had some beef. We had a disagreement. You know, he's Uncle Ty. To me, Big Brother Ty. But I was like, I don't agree with you, innit? And he spoke to me like Uncle Ty. And I didn't like it. I thought it was a bit awful. Was it? Authoritarian. That's it. I don't like people who are authoritarian. Yeah, I don't like to feel like they're putting me under manners. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah. However, especially as a girl, we're never wrong. But anyway, sorry, I'm not getting political. In the same breath of us having that disagreement, he turned around and we made up in that very moment after egos were put aside. Yeah? And what I love more importantly than anything else is even though we had that disagreement, we had respect. And when you respect someone, you can overcome so much. You understand what I'm saying? And he was a G. Ty is a G. He was a G. We love him. And I'm just going to say, everybody, we just got to make some noise and really make some noise for our brother Ty. Oh my God! All right. So, right, this next artist coming
That's
up
so
right
hilarious.
now.
You could hear me warming
I
up.
know, yeah.
I'm telling him. I'm absolutely telling him.
Telling him.
I actually done the vocals for him, as in the intro for I'm telling him. And you know what? I didn't even sign up for the PRS thing, so I know I got some money to get for my vocal.
Yo, you didn't. This is why I said the pictures. First of all, yeah, before you start chatting all that shit,
sorry.
to get rid of this spaghetti junction up here, before someone keel over, you got Black Twang Skinny Man coming. What you want him to do? Go. This is my sister, by the way. She's right. The only thing she fucked up on, careful with that, man. Look, you got a beard. What are you trying to do? Electrocute the whole...
Electrocute us.
So listen,
So you ready?
I'm going to do this publicly because you did it, yeah? The track is called Telling You. Telling You. Telling You.
I'm telling you.
You.
And you.
And she wants to do the intro for it. I was honoured enough to get her on the intro.
I was honoured enough to be asked.
Yeah,
Let me come off the stage. People make
Shut
some
cut me
noise
off.
for my diggity, please.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to try and sort out this spaghetti junction here that somebody's... When you're hosting the show, you just out the way. Yeah, all right. We'll just make do. This is UK hip hop right here.
Watch what I got it on camera. In a minute.
Why? Ty. Do you remember Ty? Do you remember Ty? I'm gonna make him fucking cry, man. Hey, make some noise again, please. Let his family hear this. Let him upstairs hear this. Ty, we love you, man. We miss you. All right, I need you lot to help me out with this one, man. Dave, if I can't hear myself, I'll let you know, yeah? I'll let you know.
Shout to Dave.
Peaches, that's what I'm talking about right there. Hey, I need you lot to help me out, though, yeah? Listen.
Yeah.
When I say I keep doing it, you say I keep doing it. 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 Cooling out in a summertime session, undiscovered life lessons in the class. Of results in the coming life lessons. I'm trying to understand and really not quite getting. He tends to block characters with underlying tension. Far from the types of love you have pretending, knowing any loose forgiving could discover tighter ending. I know the end soon coming like a pension when I leave for that place. I keep none of my possessions, but the day I let them cause me to suffer like depression. The day I let these mother lovers fuck with my progression. It's come to my attention. Some are slightly threatened by this alien who may have been discovered by the Jetsons. Singing lullabies, I wonder why intention working so hard and even doing something while he's resting. Others might respect him, or some will like forget him. But either way, they always want to come to mind some questions like, hey, Vice, how you treat those jeans?
Man, jeans are way too tight, man.
You don't see. What's the most of them will help you would seem so pleased? Tell them like an OG told me. When I say I keep doing it, you say I keep doing it. I keep doing it. I keep doing it. Dave, turn me up. I keep doing it.
Can you please make some noise for Skinny Man, please?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Big up to Ty's family in the building. Ty's family in the building. And I want to say this. Many times we argued with Ty, and Ty, he, like, you see, even if he was younger than Ty or older than Ty, he still had that, like, that ether of an uncle. You know, the authority of an uncle. And I call Ty an uncle. And to give someone a rating is called uncle, especially in Ty's culture. That's the highest rating you can give him. So when I say Uncle Ty, I mean Uncle Ty. The reason that we are all here today is because of Ty. It's literally, and when I was checking it on the way here, I said it's you and I, T-Y. That is unity. You and I, T-Y, that is unity. You and I, T-Y, that is unity. You and I, T-Y, that is unity. Look at UK hip-hop all coming together for him just. Are we ready? Have we done the changeover? So don't think that many times me and Ty didn't argue. Me and Ty argued many times.
He's making sure people know.
He was like a guardian of the realm. And he felt it was his duty to keep us in check so we don't slip and start talking all that drill nonsense. Because when I think about Ty, whether we argued or not, he raised me, he molded me, and he's got me here today as one big family, all under one roof, for the name of Ty. So what it is just before Ty passed away, he had me rapping with him in the Brixton Chip Shop. I never knew that was going to be the last time that Ty was going to ever rap, and it was with me. And I hold that, because what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm not ready to let go yet. I'm not ready to let go, and I'm not ready to deal with the pain. What I'm really trying to tell you is, legends live forever. Legends live forever. And what the message I want to transcend to Ty's family who are in the building tonight is that he was a martyr, and he's a martyr for us all, and he's a martyr for our culture, and we give him the highest respect that you could give him as a chief of the village. Uncle Ty, I'm going to say one more time, U-N-I-T-Y, sing it with me. U-N-I-T-Y, that's for unity. U-N-I-T-Y. Now, I'm ready.
U-N-I-T-Y, that's a unity.
Come in, my brother. I'm given the opportunity, because of Ty, to carry on tradition. You know about tradition? We got Kwame and Son, love to see you in the building. We're carrying on tradition. The tradition is to pass the torch. Man like Logic has just done a cover of Fuck the Hook. I couldn't be more overwhelmed, but I want you to be overwhelmed because I'm taking this opportunity to present to you the future that is coming to you, the people that have been putting in the work today, the people that I know Uncle Ty would have been proud of. People in the place, make some noise for Mac J, People's Army General.
Yo, make some noise. Make some noise for Ty.
Yeah, I ain't leaving that drink, man.
Try to achieve the dream. We are in the recovery. Hopefully, things will get better full man. Locally and globally, inspired to invest in what man finds. Inspired to invest in mankind. My kids that like the dignified the truth. The proof is when my lyrical miracle grew. This is the river we choose with rhythm and blue. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee, like Muhammad Ali. Lions fight to eat, and that's truly guaranteed. Same way birds don't fight their own nest. Beating you and rivals at the car race is very challenging.
So with no further ado, can I introduce Shakespeare onto the stage? I'm glad that this is an over 18s venue because this is
yeah, he went hardcore.
What you want to know about the Uzi? I'm just playing, I don't own no Uzi, but I'll bring it proper to you.
I think he was moving to pieces or something, isn't it?
I sent the copper to you. Hot leg that will just pop it to you. Swap popping with you. On the different tip. Let me talk for a sec. On some different shit. Let me tell you what the blood clot difference is. I'm a rider. You're a liar. You're a butterfly. I'm a spider. I'm a pit bull let loose on a rider. And you're a miner. But that's a miner. I'm a rider. You're a liar. You're a butterfly. I'm a spider. I'm a pit bull let loose on a miner. Steady man.
And now make some noise for RT.
Article.
Bless the love, man, is expect skinny man. Wow, just look! Time to go tip, time to go shush. Champion time to go sound get crushed. XO Tennessee, OG crush shit, drugs to get in, just feel that rush. Told that art to the nigga too much. Down with the gas, up with the clutch. Hand burn by my heart, and I can't touch. The engine goes vroom, tail goes scratch. They come on back, you give me more bass. Snake goes as the kickback race. Spaceman 6, 8 to 8 and 3012, they're all in place. Being of a vibe with the boss of the place. Play that loud. Listen, how loud? Listen, the chorus goes. When I say bang bang, you say bang bang.
K9, here we go, my darling.
Peter's getting tired now.
It's a quick thing, yeah? It's a quick thing. So this one is a very UK Jamaican slang, if you know what it is. Catch it real quick. My name is K9. You can make me put all of the social K9 London. But first of all, I want to bring up my big brother Ty. And I want to say something about him. Ty would always come and say, yo, you have to do that, you have to do that. I'm pulling up the tune, innit? He's always, so big up Ty, man. He's right here, right now, the energy, eh? All right, ready? Hit! Lion! It's that kind of grimy hip-hop thing, you know what I mean? Level. You don't know, a UK type of bus, so don't know. You don't make me borrow this flow, don't know. We run the sea, we bus, so don't know. Man, I touch at 99, no, don't know. We light up the dance, we are
Black twang on the backing vocals.
Don't know. Jamaica will come from, don't know. Empire wind rush, don't know. Big up Black Star Line, don't know. Us can't be weak, don't know. No boy can arm where we do. Ancestors walk with them. So we go. Big things they like we pursue. Don't know. That's how we have to cut and go through. Don't know. Anytime we touch the vent. Here I out and I sing back and roll. Don't know. Nobody could have come touch the floor. Don't know. Original style so we go. Don't know. King up if you run the whole show. Don't know. What we did those ball don't stop. Don't know. In England the talk so we go. Don't know. In London the talk so we go. In You don't know. A big man style how we flex. Don't know. Make sure it's everything flex. Don't know. How move with utmost respect. Don't know. So if you ever this you get checked. Don't know. Can't just suit we are big. Don't know. Hot right for laws you live. Don't know. Some of them want the bling bling. Don't know. Me want giant peace up with him. Don't know. When me rise give thanks the first thing. Don't know. Feel like whenever grateful say that. Mash up. Some of them live like some bastards. So them is a river and the legs done know. Repatriate practical move. Track forward to Africa so done know. Love and that now we advocate to done know. Good vibes have to circulate you done know. Here I out and I sing SYMNNKNA done know. Nobody could have come touch the flow done know. Original style so we go. King of if you run the whole show. What make them just fall out stuff done know. In England the talk so we go done know. In London the talk so we go done know. In a level. Yo, give thanks. My name is K9 London. But you're what?
Last time we did a show in here was for the Kingdom tour with myself, Rodney P, and the late great King Ty. And when I say the show, first time we saw that Jazz Cafe ever was when we all linked up together. So it kind of hurts me to kind of know that I'm back here tonight and my brother's not here physically with me. But spiritually, energetically, cosmically, esoterically, we know Ty's here with us, ancestor. So on the count of 3, make as much noise for King Ty. Just make some noise so we can feel the presence and feel the energy. 1, 2,
People can't hear you. Man.
1, 2. Yo! We did this stop play back in 2005! Make some noise! Come on! I don't know what more. Hey!
I love what Tony did for this.
Yeah.
Yo! I know you want more. I know you want more. Hold on. This is what Ty would do. This is what Ty would do. Wait. Hold on. This is Ty. Say that shit. Lips. Run it again. Yeah. Ty's with us, people. The ugly put up there. Outside Mambo. Alright, stop level. Say more. Say more. Say more. Yo. I heard you want more. You want more of the rottenness, 9 and 1, give you more of the rottenness, 9 and 1, give you more of the rottenness. I heard you want more, I heard you want more, that's the rottenness, 9 and 1, give you more of the rottenness, 9 and 1. Listen, it's the rottenness. You know what I am. You still afraid to speak out, what are you, my man? Keep thinking I'm too soft like a Spider-Man. Till you get them, dash up the rooftop like Spider-Man. You must know about a mega man. I'll beat you like a blow, like a Sabagan, the Giant Man. A mega man, ring for banner man. Swim for clans, like I'm wasting my saliva gland. Back in the days I was a yellow man, a tiger man. I was all about bouncing elephant, the fireman. Natural black, I don't ever have to buy a tan. Still swinging and sitting on heat like a fire pan. I'm a monster from the black Leviathan. Flip my wings like the angel of the North. Why I man? The clock block like a diaphragm. Now I don't want to come a fire run for you to get the diagram. I know you want more of the I know you want more of the rottenness. 9 and 1, give you more of the rottenness. 9 and 1, give you more. Say more. Say more.
Let's twang, man.
I know.
I don't live for the gun, but I could never want. So I'm afraid to look out with my it's right or wrong. The police, they never show me for the brothers done. They only show after the robbers done and other done. That's why I call a piece of dirty Babylon. When I was younger, every month was like a Ramadan. But my mom stayed strong just like an Amazon. She never raised no punk, the mother man, and my father's son. Some of the daddy run the marathon. My brother down the Osama bin Laden, the Taliban, the Taliban. Across the moon like a caravan. Across the desert, trying to young fool like Aravan. Coming to with me, the black and white. I know comparing to them fakes, that's like selfridges, the motherland. They bring you what I want, I'm a hypocrite fan. She's a game of dance, that a super cat, the ragalan. I heard you want more. I heard you want more of the rottenness. 9 and 1, give you more. Nine and trying to get more. What we say? I heard you want more. I heard you want more. I'm the rotteners. Nine and trying to get more. I'm the rotteners. Nine and listen again. Yo, when I say T, you say Y. T,
Y, T, Y.
When I say MC, you say Ty. MC, Ty. MC, Ty. When I say T, you say Y. T, Y. T, Y. When I say MC, you say Ty. MC, Ty. MC, Ty.
What's good? It's your boy Shorty Blitz. I'm out here right now celebrating Thai as we do all the time. You know what I mean? That's Big Bro and all that. I'm with my brother Maestro, Mice Diggy.
Mother lovers, boy. That's Shorty Blitz. Yo, what a crazy ass night. We got to send love to the brother Ty, because if it wasn't because of him, we wouldn't be here doing this, enjoying this thing that we love. It's a shame that he's not here. I think it's always going to be emotional because this is his hub. Jazz Cafe was the place that we knew Ty would always smash it. When I believe after his Mercury Award and whatnot, he must have done like nearly a week of like sold out shows here. And then after that, he was always doing his performances, but always making sure that artists like ourselves, like a lot of the artists you saw tonight, wouldn't have got the chance they did if it wasn't for people like Ty, and especially because of him and Man. So, you know, it's a hard one to deal with. Big up to Peaches and DJ Baby Blue.
Hold on, but I just want to say, even if you weren't here, and even if you go on Wikipedia, you're never actually going to get to know unless you're actually there. So this is why this is all about shit you might not ever...
Yeah, anyway, you ain't got to cut. Run VT, Kev.
So you might not never know nothing about. Shout to Peachy Poo, boy. That was jokes, man. Well done. Hey, you lot put some fire emojis in there for Dan DNA, man. Putting that together last minute. I don't even know how long it took, man. He makes it look so easy. These Bill Gates mosquitoes, boy. Trying to get that. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. Whatever it is he's trying to quack man from. I don't care. I'd rather that than... Yo, big up to Dan DNA, man. That was, D, man, you smacked it. Because there was a lot of, I remember the camera was flowing, and unfortunately we didn't get like everybody that was on stage, or because it didn't really work like that. It wasn't like a thing where people were just hanging out. It was like loads of people just hadn't seen each other for a long time. So yeah, man. But big up D, man. That was jokes, man. That was jokes.
Yeah, hopefully it gave people a feel of how it was for us, you know. Being where we were.
Yeah, for real, man. I mean, yeah, it was very, I think it's, like I said there, it's always going to be emotional. Do you know what I mean? That's one thing you kind of got to deal with. Whether you want to accept it or not, I believe probably majority of us artists that were up there speaking on Ty probably felt, you know what I mean? The tears could start flowing easily. Yeah. Because there's so much attached to, you know, when someone that you kind of revered for so long has just disappeared, then that's it. There's no ever again, do you know what I mean? And so dealing with all of that, and you're trying to talk to people and remember your lyrics, and it's just like, oh, man. But, man, beautiful. That was a beautiful celebration of the life of Ty, and I'm glad to hear that we can do it all again and again. Just keep it going, man, because I think it's heavily needed, definitely, man. Yeah,
it was such a good night for it. Like you say, you got the feeling that everyone wanted to be out. You know, like sometimes you can get a feeling that people have turned up just because they had to turn up, but it didn't feel like that. It felt like people didn't even want to leave. At the end, you know, like you say, 10:30 finish. You know, it just felt like it's a bit early. Could they leave in another half hour?
Come on, we were doing the last to leave jugglings, man. You know, like I ain't done that in years. But actually. Always doing that. But yeah, it felt good, you know what I mean? And the sort of conversations that a lot of us were having. Oh man, I've got a picture with like the first Steel Reel, the big, you know, the guy that started the first Steel Reel, and then guy who took over for the second Deal Reel. I had a picture with both of them because people know my first single was with Deal Reel Records. So that was quite.
I've got it on my phone. I think. Yeah.
It was like, wow, this is mad.
Yeah.
High, bro.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's things like that.
Yeah, I think there was a old you know, people who hadn't seen each other, because it's been, for some people, it's been like not just the 2 years of the lockdown, it's been some years before that as well.
Yeah, true that. That's a very good
because
point
it
as well,
become a
actually.
bit sort of like, you know, everyone's a bit older, and especially like a lot of the crowd that were there, they're a bit older, they're a bit like the older crowd, and so, you know, they came down to see people like Twang, and then they're all meeting up with each other again, and it's, you know, I saw some emotional reunions basically.
Yeah,
people
right.
People who hadn't seen each other for a long time.
Yeah, it was very special, wasn't it, in that sense?
And that's what it's meant to be. That's that, you know, that's that event now every year, is like, you know, people getting back together.
Yeah, man, and I think it's it kind of, you know, it obviously speaks to the spirit that Ty had. And I don't know whether he knew that. I mean, he must have, man. People must have said to him, you know, you're like the uncle in the village, because that was like a theme that you'd hear throughout the night as well. It was like Big Bro Ty or Uncle Ty. And it was because he knew he had a way of speaking to you like he was your uncle or like he was your big brother. and whether, you know what I mean, whether you wanted to accept it or not, like you definitely will always hear about people having their conflicts with Ty. Like, I've clashed with Ty. It was a very long time ago. It was like when, you know, we were just getting in, me and Jargon were doing our thing and just getting in. And all it was a bit of a misunderstanding. It was actually like us not really feeling like we were ready for, you know, performing with a band and whatnot. And that band was like part of, you know, an event that he was kind of part of. And then I think he must have just looked at it like, wow, what? Because we were just like, oh, we can't do it if it's with a band. We, you know, our voices, it was just like anytime we tried to perform with a band, you know, your voices felt like they were getting drowned out. And so it always like, it's a bit of a risk. The performance might not be all that. And he obviously looked at it like, right, you know, what, you man think that you're something already? I've seen this before type thing. So we had it out, like we properly, you know, screaming at each other outside Subterranea. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Subterranea. DJ Pogo in the background ready to jump me, boy. Ready, you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. And yeah, but then it was like after that, I think he got to know who I really was, and likewise, I got to know who he really was, and we were just cool after that forever, you know what I mean? And even we might not agree on certain things, but it was never ever anything major, because understanding like personalities, and that's just how things are. Yeah, you know, I remember not long after that, he had an album called Awkward, and I was like, right, that's perfect. That's actually a perfect name for, because yeah, the situation was just awkward, and I was like, yeah, but you know, these things happen, and the beautiful thing about that, and it goes to what Genesis was saying, Genesis Elijah, about like your real friends, the people that are real are the ones that will tell you about yourself. You know what I mean? And we're not meant to feel a way like, oh, I want to jack it, I want to smash him up now for saying that. It's like, no, these are just words. He's saying something that probably hurts you, but he's saying it for a reason. Do you know what I mean? And what he, you know, the kind of message that I got from him that night did actually, it sat with me and made me realize like, yo, yeah, you got to remember how things look externally. As much as you might feel like everyone's asking you for this, that, the third, you let it get to your head, then the people that have paved the way for you to even get to where you are going to look at you funny. And they have a right to, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whether they do it or not is up to them. But, you know, I understood that. And that actually helped me just kind of navigate a bit better through the scene. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, so that was wicked. But shout out to Blue Fliggy. He says, deal real, recognize deal real. That's yeah, I'm going to have to jack that for the post, man. For real. Deal real, recognize deal real. That's hilarious. Yeah, man. And so, you know, man, it's just, it's obviously it's kind of heartbreaking, because you feel like, did he know? Does he know that these flowers are here for him, you know, at the time? But then the beautiful thing is that we know genuinely people want to keep his memory alive. Do you know what I mean? They want to keep the memory of Ty, that essence. You know, you heard people talking about his spirit. Like keep that alive. And yeah, he was a serious guy when it came to this music. That's why he talked about a work of heart, you know, because it was dear to him. And for as long as I've known him, I'm blessed to have known him, that's all he was ever about was music. We never really spoke about any other shit apart from music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful thing. Guy was a sick MC, bad boy producer. He knew how to hold a stage. I remember seeing him at the Innocent Festival. I believe it was in Regent's Park, and he killed it. I was like, yo, I think he had Eska there. He had a band and whatnot. The band that he was playing with, crazy. And they, it was like when you're hearing him, they were going to a reprise of a certain tune. So the tune would finish and then they would just go into a more Afrobeat version of it and just everyone singing this chorus that, it was all this stuff where you're just like levels, you know what I mean? So you definitely get taught by people like that. Whether they know it or not. And I remember I ran to the front. I had to go, I was feeling it so much, I had to run to the front and just go like, bruv, and I think you bigged me up. If you did see, I think so, but man, so he's done so many things and put a lot of us in certain places that, we definitely wouldn't have got to if it weren't for him, whether it be learning off of the talent, off of the way he performs, the way he talks to the crowd, like Joker Star did, or it be the business side, like the music side. The one thing I knew is that he is fickle about his stuff. He's not like a guy that would just do a tune and fling it out there. He's like, a lot of maintenance on the track, a lot of reworking this and all that stuff. And it made me realize no wonder his stuff comes out sounding like that, because he doesn't play around and it's not just some bedroom type thing. Do you know what I mean? Big up to Drew as well, his co-producer. That was sick. Shout to Harry Love in the building. I just see Harry Love showing us a bit of love right there. Yeah, man. We're just reminiscing on Big Bro Ty, man. Crazy one. It was a good little event 2 weeks ago.
And Harry Love said that Ty was everywhere. And that's true. That's true. He was on. It was like crossing, not like crossing across genres, suddenly doing a classical music album, but the sort of all of the, the sort of from, I suppose, festivals and underground events and all sorts of things, community events, whatever it was. You could see Ty at lots of different places, and he was versatile enough to be able to just switch between these places, and like you say, with a live band or just performing on a small stage, whatever it was, did it?
Yeah, Big Ted, Billy Business, Shorty Blitz. Those were his DJs. I remember it'd be either or sort of thing, and man, he was just on point with it. Definitely a true representative of the UK hip hop scene.
That's what Harry said. He was London's embodiment of hip hop.
He was, man. He was, and so it's really tricky, man, dealing with all of that. You're just shit, you ain't gonna like you said, the man's everywhere, and then now you ain't seen him again. You never see him again at the few places that we don't get to go to hip hop events every friggin' week, even, let alone every day. But then now, there's that gap. There's always going to be that, gap in the hosting, rapping, producing, curating, repping the culture, mentoring. Harry's on point right there.
Exactly.
That's exactly it, man. Shout out to Harry Love for that one. It's true. He was a sick host. I definitely learned about the better way to host through him. Rapping was on point. Producing was on point. He curated, the Pass the Torch, the whole idea of Pass the Torch came from him. Putting on events at Jazz Cafe because he had the pull. He had his name had the pull at Jazz Cafe, and so he must have went to them and said, "Look, I want to put on a thing where I bring some other artist." Who does that, man? Shout out to Skinny. Skinny does that in his shows. He brings out other artists and whatnot. It's really good. And but it's like the fact that he's kind of going out of his way to book a date. And then he'd have to get the DJs in and get, who wants to perform there and what time, and then set, the one that I performed at, I remember just seeing Ty he's really there. He's there with DJ, right, what time is it? So whoever's performing, he'd be looking at the time you lot might have to come off soon. So he'd be, you'd see the,
glasses on the end of the nose.
Yeah, man, like definitely one of them. And repping the culture fully, you know, repping it enough that, like I said, man, he's a, you know, when you got to put, all right, who's our Mount Rushmore UK hip hop? It's like people like, he managed to work with De La Soul. I think he worked with Slum Village, didn't he? Like, he was one of the few people from our shores that worked with some official cats out of the hip hop scenes, you know what I mean? In general. So you knew that this was one of the guys. I think he was on the, there's a remix that he was on. Was it Simon Says or, I can't remember, man. But you know, things like that where it's like, okay, yeah, that's one of our guys, man. And he was still doing it. My point is, it wasn't like back then. It was like, nah, he was still dropping shit now. You're hearing and going, rah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think he's probably like one of the... him and Blade were probably the first people that I heard on like normal radio that crossed over probably like around 2000 where it was Mark B and Blade and Ty and Next Men.
Roots. Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
those two tracks were like the first tracks that I started hearing on something like, you know, UK voices on something like Radio 1 or something, you know, where you'd just be at work and someone would have Radio 1 on or XFM or something like that, and you'd hear Mark B and Blade and Next Men and Ty. So I think, you know, Ty was probably the first voice, because obviously Blade still got like a, you know, he's got his like continental American voice still. But Ty was the first. Well, because he's sort of got like, you know, he's got that American influence in his voice, hasn't he?
Who, Blade?
Yeah.
It's one of the times, and get in the vibe, that kind of thing.
But Ty was the voice that was like, right, this guy it's a London voice. This is like a London voice on the radio.
You just reminded me of something, yeah. So I remember, I think it must have been at Scala. At the Scala, I remember seeing, and this was like my early days, you know, it's probably like 2 years in, 3 years in or whatever. But mind you, my thing was like, things just started snowballing really quickly to the point where people think I'm of the same era as people like Ty and Twang and all that. But I remember bumping into Brad Ballou from the Next Men, and then, but I'd already had heard some stuff from the Next Men, and then heard that they don't really work with, they're really good, but they don't work with UK cats.
Yeah.
They only work with American cats. I was like, is it? And then I think Brad, he must have grabbed me and he's going, hey, you know, I like what I hear from you, you'll be up for doing some stuff. And I was like, and he's mentioned Next Men. I was like, right, Next Men. I thought you don't work with no American guys. And then he goes, well, we got Ty on the album, you know, like that. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, like, because I never heard. And so, you know, so things like that where I'm talking about this guy sort of being everywhere, or like, you know, Harry said, him being everywhere. It's literally like that. There's so many different projects, and his name would pop up. And I believe, what was the live? Oh, the Robert Glasper thing. I think he worked with the Robert Glasper project, as well as, was it Roy Ayers and all that? He's done so many different things, like with working with some crazy ass artist. Tony Allen, that's it. Yeah, Tony Allen, for real. Of course, Robbie Love. It was Robbie Love and Harry Love related, by the way. It was going on here.
Yeah, Robbie loves angling him on the show.
The long lost illegitimate child of that. Yo, now we definitely we get Harry on and we'll go through. We definitely got to get him on and we'll go through some of the old school shit, because I know there were people who want to know what the hell is going on with high life, low life, midlife, whatever crisis you lot want to know about. Sit there, Talib, Dayla. I'm telling you, man, like Ty was, it's like you could mention his name virtually anywhere. Like even when I was in Australia, people knew of Ty, like New Zealand and all them places. And it makes sense because, you know, obviously he's been doing it for a minute. I Am a Don. That was the first song I heard. I believe I heard it on Max and Dave. I Am a Don. And Yeah, it was proper like, yeah, I can't even remember how old I was, but it was one of them tunes where I was like, oh, like that's, you know, that's like UK shit. That's the UK. That's how you're meant to be doing it in the UK thing. And yeah, so yeah, he's paved the way, man. Paved the way on so many levels. And the guy was still doing it. It wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't, there weren't moments where you're like, his beats are not the same anymore, or he sounds dated. That's the other massive thing that I was like, how's he managing to make it? He's still got that sound, but it doesn't sound dated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even all now you hear, oh, you want more. It's just like, yo, that beat is sick, man. Like how the hell, you know what I mean? What can you do, you know? Yeah, same Funky DL. Man, so many, like, what was that? So it was Down for the Count remix, Reflection Eternal feature. Yeah, that's it. Nice one, JM, boy. He's got a bit of, he's got a memory on him right there, boy. That's exactly it. Because I was trying to think, there was a remix of something where I was like, rah, they got Ty, I was like, shit, man, Ty. Like, he's levels, bro. So, you know, we just got to keep that level alive. Do you know what I mean? Make sure people remember. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Harry. I feel like he was on the Simon Says remix. I feel like he was, but I'm not sure. Not 100%. But, you know, that was the thing. So you could get him on some raw, underground, hardcore shit. Then you get him on the jazz. Do you know what I mean? On that whole, he had his... The other thing about Ty is that he had his broken beat. Not broken beats, broken beat. This is, you know what I mean? The funky stuff, the stuff that was more jazzy. Yeah. He had that crowd, the whole jazz crowd, and incense sticks and barefoot.
Yeah, acid jazz type,
you know what I mean? Yeah, he had all that crowd as well.
Yeah.
Barefoot people.
That's what I'm saying. He was you could go to festivals and see him doing something in a different place. You weren't just seeing him on the same stage as everybody else. You'd see him somewhere else with a different crowd, a different festival.
Yeah. Shout out to Harry, London All Stars. He murdered that. He was one of the standout verses on that. He done some double time type thing. I remember it was that. I can't remember the exact lyrics, but it's like, yo, man killed it. Yeah, for sure, man. Man, you know, it's just a shame as well because obviously, like a lot of people will mention, is that you never really got to see him again after. You know, I think I saw them perform the Kingdom stuff. I was at the. I'm pretty sure I was at the. Where was that one? The one I saw was. I think it was at the Chip Shop. I feel like it was at the Chip Shop. But you know that it was like that was a new thing that them lot had formed a group. Rodney P, Black Twang, and Ty. And it was Kingdom. It was like, yo, this is a really good idea. But, you know, they managed to put one project together and that's it, man. We you know, maybe they've got some other stuff we ain't heard, but it's things like that, man. Very, very much looking forward to what the hell is going to come up with that. You know, what are they going to come with next? But yeah. Yeah, rest in peace to TY, man. We love you, bro. Definitely a special guy, man. A special kind of fool. That's what his album was called, isn't it? Special kind of fool, boy. Definitely, man. TY, we love you. Big up to Dan DNA for that footage, man. That was,
my
definitely,
pleasure.
You put it together neatly, bruv. All right, so we ain't going to keep you lot for too longer, but before we go, we got to shout out to Canisters UK. Of course, shout out to Sam and the gang. For making sure that, you know, we can let people know about these CBD products. You got all types of sprays, indica, sativa. You have the both in one actually as well. Hold on, let me get this up because I don't like just talking the shit and not really reading it.
The delay spray.
Oh, delay spray, yeah?
No.
So full spectrum. You got the full spectrum. Is that what they call it? Delay spray? It's like people get a bit delayed when they have it. Bruv, all I'm saying is, for the women, that time of month, that shit helps. For men, that time of month. It can help as well. Some of you don't be getting periods. Don't act like you don't get period every now and again. Hey, it might be longer than a month, but but you can get yourself chocolate bars, both dark chocolate and milk chocolate, indica or sativa. You can also get yourself a CBD balm. So this is like infused CBD with coconut oil. It's really good. I'll tell you what it's really good for. Mosquito bites. You know what I mean? Pulls them down. I can tell you that right now. You could also get a full spectrum spray, which, man, for me, I find that that's the one that really, because you get all the type of, where you, like I say, you need a bit of relaxing, it helps you relax. If you need a bit of a pick-me-up, it helps you in that regard, as well as like making sure that you get a good night's sleep, like proper night's sleep. If people don't know what I mean by that, I want you to go and do some research on breast milk, CBD in breast milk. And then when you watch how them babies fall asleep after they have some booby, you're like, yeah, maybe I either want some of that breast milk or I get me some CBD spray. Either or, you know what I mean? Hey, don't forget the chocolate stirrers as well. I've always got to big up the chocolate stirrers because I was amazed at how banging they are. Basically, get yourself a little chocolate stirrer, hot water. You just twiddle that thing up in there until that milk turns chocolatey. Now, until the water turns chocolatey. Do you remember that? It makes the milk turn chocolatey. It's like, nah, it makes the milk turn into a pile of shit. I ain't never, ever gonna try no Cocoa Puffs ever again. And no, I don't think they're racist because they use a monkey. I think they're full of shit. That's what I think they are, Cocoa Puffs. I'd much rather myself some of this CBD chocolate. I'll tell you that right damn now. And when I get to the counter from connoisseursuk.com, I make sure that I type in SYMNNKNA. That's right, SYMNNKNA. Do you know why? It means I get 20% off any order from this mother lover. You know what I mean? Hey, you can't play around with that, man. Shout out to the connoisseursuk.com. Make sure you get over there. And make sure you do a bit of research on the CBD as well, because a lot of people do get a bit, they're like, yeah, man, I don't know, CBD, I don't really get high from it, though. Like, what's it supposed to do? Like yeah, you're meant to look out, find exactly what it does, man. For one, yeah, if you blaze, what I find as well is you don't need to blaze as much as you normally do. For some reason, it's almost like it penetrates deeper. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because of the CBD. And then also, if you want to get off it, if you actually want to stop blazing, like there's a lot of people like, yeah, man, I think I need to stop bunning. It's mad. You want to bun, yeah. You want to bun, right? And then you're clucking to blaze a zoot. Then once you blaze, the paranoia kicks in. You're like, nah, man, I need to stop bunning, man. Yeah, I need to stop bunning, man. Like, all right, this is my last one. I'm not going to do, you know what I mean? You do all that shit. Then the cluck comes back in. But if you get yourself on a little CBD course, you know what I mean? Do yourself like, just make sure like, all right, anytime I feel like that, I can get some of this to spray, bam, bam, relax me. You know, you're getting what you kind of want or what your body appreciates from the CBD. Whereas with the THC side, you know what I mean? Your brain might not handle it as much. So it's actually a good way of getting yourself off blazing as well, if that's what you want to do. People now, they're blazing CBD, bud. It's all right, but you know what I mean? I think you might as well just get a vapor. You know, look after your lungs a bit better if that's how you want to deal with it. But yeah, please get on down to connoisseursuk.com and get yourself the most bangingest CBD products in the planet, bitches and bitchettes. Right. Okay. So that's that. Right. Yeah. I'm going to stop bunning just for that week. That's how it works, for real. Right, man. D, nice one for doing this.
That's all right. The only other thing we've got to just announce is the Hoochinu show.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
right. Let's get that up.
At the end of the month, Friday the 30th September, at Brixton Jam, which is
Jam, Brixton Jam. Ignorance is no defense. Friday the 30th September, performing live are going to be Chaos Crew. I think you got a little history on the Chaos Crew, right? So this is,
I think Chaos. I think one of the Chaos Crew fellas is coming on the show.
Okay.
Next week, maybe.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, is it next week?
Yeah, I think
we're gonna
next Thursday.
Do Thursday
Yeah. With Theo from Hoochinu. And then I think he said Sammy J as well is coming on.
DJ Sammy J, yeah. Wicked. It's FM official now, though.
So,
all right, so you lot.
Chaos Crew is an old school crew from the old days that I think they've got like a 30-year-old album that they're putting back out again or something that didn't ever get put out back then. So I think they've like
olden days.
Yeah, from the golden days. I think they've rejigged the album and they're putting it out again. They're putting it out for the first time. I think it was made back then. It just never got put out for industry, for quote unquote industry reasons.
For industrial reasons.
Industrial reasons, yeah.
And so people give me that industry comment. I'm like, yo, this guy's mad industrial, right? They don't. Oh, so how's it going? How's the family? Is everyone all right? Yeah. Okay, so this meeting that we're doing, you didn't even let me answer you. Mad industrial conversation, boy. So performing live is going to be Chaos Crew, Genesis Elijah, Lab 79, which consists of Manage, Skirmish, Rain, Menace, Mendoza.
That would be quite good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, even just that. Man. Yeah. We showed you what them lot get up to at their event in Brixton, the chip shop, not too long ago. Well, maybe December. About a year ago now or something, isn't it?
Yeah, almost.
It's weird, man, because when are we going to stop talking about the lockdown shit? Like, when do we stop? You know what I mean? It's like, when do I stop saying Happy New Year, innit? Like, what part of the year is it too late to say Happy New Year? Because if I ain't seen you since last year and it's like June, July... That's just kind of weird.
Well, if you haven't seen someone for 2 years and you say, "Oh, happy 2021 and 2022,"
it's true. Yeah, that shit's confusing, boy. Yeah, because I missed you then, innit? Imagine, I ain't seen you for 20 years, yo. You try and go through all the birthdays, New Year's. Oh shit, that'll be long, boy. So yeah, and also you got Receptor Records with a showcase involving King Kashmir, Teach, and Combined Mentals, as well as the Last Elect. Oh, I nearly said Electric. Yeah, the Last Elect, hosted by Peaches, the all-round entertainer. Ooh, the all-round edutainer now. Yeah, all right. And DJ Sammy J. So yeah, that's going to be down at Brixton Jam. £8. Advance tickets more on the door from 7 to 11. That's good numbers you choose in there. And TJ Chill's UK Hip Hop Award to be given out on the night. Wow, okay. I didn't know. I think
they've won. Yeah, I think they've won like best event or something. I think
nice.
Yeah, I think Hoochinu won an award. So
yeah, that's heavy, man.
And then go to gigs.hiphop to get your tickets. Please come down as well because we're going to be there. I'm going to have the camera with me.
Yeah, man.
If you want to get in front of a camera,
I'll be down there getting some. You know what I mean? Getting some interviews.
Yeah.
Making sure people try and say shit you might not never know nothing about properly.
Yeah.
We're building up a catalogue of shout outs for shit you might not never know nothing about on the spot though. This is the magic. It's got to be on the spot.
Yeah,
See if you can nail it on the spot.
One person's nailed it.
Blazing, drinking, after you performed on stage, after your voices tear out.
Yeah. One person so far has got it.
Yeah, they nailed it like straight away, innit? No, they had a rehearsal and then...
Asara it was, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, you lot better be prepared, man. Shit you might not never know nothing about. Yeah, man, you're more. If you can make it, come through. Yeah, man. Good to see you, mother lovers, man. We appreciate you coming through. Shout to my bro, Harry Love. Shout to DJ Bluefoot. Nice one, JM. You're more. Black Einstein, Robbie Love, the long lost. Yo, you lot related, man. I just want to know Robbie Love and Harry Love, the way that popped up there. Yeah. But yeah, we definitely I think we get Harry on and we go through a whole bunch of history, man, because we haven't caught up for a minute, so it'd be good, man. Shout to Regantology. All you cats look. Wow, this mosquito don't want to die. Maybe it is a robot. Yeah, man. Appreciate all you mother lovers locking in. Thanks for also, you know, the shout outs, like people that hit me up privately about last week's show as well. You know what I mean? Like we had to be done, man. It had to be done because, you know, we can't sit here seeing things the way we see them and seeing that actually it seems like this is the way and just have people not know at all. That would be whack. Do you know what I mean? But obviously there's a way that it's got to be said, a way that you've got to be told, that you might embrace it a bit more. And so hopefully you did. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check last week's show with Dave and Dawn. And you know what I mean? Make sure you got on some shoulder pads, a helmet, and your seatbelt. Your seatbelt is back. It's a crazy ride, man. But yes, shout out to Collie. You know what I mean? I'll make sure I try and big up everyone that was in the Common Senses room, man. You know what I mean? Because without you lot, we'd just be two mother lovers talking to ourselves out here. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, appreciate you lot. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, let the world know that there's a podcast out here that talks about a bunch of shit that you might never know nothing about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My name is Mice Diggy. His name is Dan DNA. And guess what, mother lovers? We're out.